Why was I using Spanish to tell an Australian I was not interested? When I barely spoke Spanish, but it gets worse. Hi, my name is Sarah, and this channel is Sarah Refined. And as I'm reading my highlight notes for this specific episode, I don't think I'm very refined. So please join me in another reading for today's Travel Story Thursday. I believe I am in Madrid, but it is possible I am in Seville because I literally did not specify. Wherever I am, I went out. I don't know if it was an organized pub crawl or if I just went out with people I met at the hostel. But I spoke about how I was dancing with a young man who was very cute, and I'm talking about how I was drinking whiskey and coke because I was a whiskey girl for a long time. Still enjoy it occasionally, but not my first go-to anymore. And if you've been watching this journey for a little while, playlist is right up there. I did mention at one point that I had a list of Spanish phrases and I wanted to keep using them. But the only people I'd use them with were fellow English speakers. Let me just show you. Just listen. Damien, another Aussie, and I just danced and it was pretty fun. But I could tell Damien was getting drunk and he kept trying to dance really close and hold on to me. I told him, "Su atractivo, pero no estoy interesado." Why was I using Spanish to tell an Australian I was not interested? When I barely spoke Spanish, but it gets worse. So after that club, we went to a different one with a few more people and just as weird music. It was all techno and I couldn't get into the feeling of it at all. So I said I was going to leave. And then Damien asked for a kiss. "Just a little one," he said. So I told him, and I remember this, I don't DKD, I just DD. Of course he stared at me completely confused and I explained, "I don't drink, kiss, and dance. I only drink and dance." And it worked! I didn't feel guilty for leaving him hanging, and I didn't feel annoyed for kissing another stranger that I wasn't into. What did I mean it worked? Like, the guy who you've now spoken Spanish to, and then you made up your own acronyms to try to be cool because you'd watched too much Bring It On or something. It worked to drive him away, which I mean that was what you were going for, so yeah, I guess it worked. But today, my roommates were so annoying. At 8 in the morning, 3 French girls loudly walked in and got ready, chatting away. Somehow I fell asleep again, and then at 9:30 to 10, my German roommates, also girls, yelled at the one guy in Spanish for taking such a long shower. I remember this. I had never ever seen adults fight like this before. Like, they were screaming at each other. I think we were like an 8-bed an 8-bed room sort of thing, because I think there were 6 bunk beds, so 12. Anyway, the girls came in, the 3 French girls, and they were getting ready and they were like chatting and packing up, and like the fan was on in the bathroom. They had music playing while they were packing up, and it's like 8:30 on a Saturday morning and still another 11 of us, or how many of us, 9, sleeping. So I thought that was super rude. But then, like I said, I fell back asleep. And then, so 2 German girls and a Spanish guy. And from the beginning, like when I walked in and put my bags down the day before, or however long I'd been there, I do remember that Spanish guy laying on his bed. He looked at me and he said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Canada." And he's like, "These 2 girls up here, they're from Germany and I hate them." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he kept on he had nothing good to say about them. And then they came in and he stopped talking, put his headphones on. I was like, not gonna get into that. So then this morning when they woke up and they were all screaming at each other because he was in the shower for a long time, the girls literally woke up every single person being like, "Can you go complain to the front desk?" And I was like, I'm hungover for the first time in a really long time and you're very loud. Please stop. So I say it quite simply here. This is not how I wanted to begin my hangover day. After getting really lost today, I'm now on some beautiful steps under Plaza Mayor or something. It's like 16 degrees and an Italian guy called me loco for wearing only a tank top. I don't understand how they can all be in sweaters and hoodies. Oh well, I can tan. I am so pale because I don't tan. I tried. We get there in LA. And oh, I forgot to tell you. On February 4th, I took a walking tour of Madrid, and after the tour, this one New Yorker named Emile and I just kept on walking until neither of us knew where we were or why. We essentially kidnapped each other, and we hung out for the entire day. I can't believe how little I wrote, but I'm glad I wrote something because I remember this and I thought I was like, this would be such a cool romantic story if that ever turned out that way. The whole thing started that we had to go somewhere and take a train to get to the place for this walking tour. He was very tall and blonde, and I guess just he stood out to me. I think maybe it was his aviators. I don't remember. But we were both at the train platforms waiting for this train to show up. I saw him ask somebody is this the train that gets like lets you off at this stop? And someone said yes. So I was like, cool, this guy's going the same place I am. So we both get onto the train, doors shut, we start going. I realized that we're like passing certain stops. And then I asked another lady, I was like, I really need to get to this stop. Do you know where I'm, like, am I on the right way? She's like, no, you're going the wrong way completely. This has happened to me so many times. Like, I always get on the wrong direction of trains. This guy, like, he kind of overhears that. So we both get off at the same stop. So I knew he'd listened to what I had said, and he obviously knew that I had now listened to what he had asked. We get back on the train, get to our right stop, walk to this place for the walking tour, and we're both, it was like so awkward because now we both knew we had seen each other on the train for the last like hour, and we're standing there just trying to act like, oh, we're all strangers here. Walked for the whole thing, and he's like, you doing anything now? And I was like, no. So we ended up getting some sausages and bread and cheese and went and just sat in the park and had a picnic, and we hung out all day until I think it was like 9 p.m. and we were like, well, we should probably get back to our hostels. And I think I connected with him, like I have his email, I'm pretty sure, and I've always wondered, because I did email him one time. I think I was gonna go to New York, and I asked him like if he was there and if he knew anything I could do as far as like room and board or anything. I don't think he ever responded to me. So, but yeah, Emil from New York, if you're out there, you were a memory, that's for sure. A good one. That is the story of how I kidnapped a New Yorker in Madrid. And you can tell that this story was actually a back entry. Like this one happened on February 4th, and I was definitely more chill and kind of cool, calmly collected when we had our impromptu picnic. Just confidently say it went downhill a couple days later when I told a person that I don't DKD, I only DD. Like, what the Anyway, Emil, hello, if you're out there in this world. Damien, from Australia, sorry. Thanks for trying. That is all I have for today. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I will see you next Tuesday with a regular upload, and I'll see you on Thursday with another travel story Thursday. That will be episode 7, and it's talking about my 20th birthday in Granada, the 5 seconds of my life where I met my soulmate in Seville. It's a good one. I'll see you in that one. Bye.